Imagine this. Imagine your dad has been smoking or drinking for the past 20, 30 years of his life. And one day, you decided to take his cigarettes away from him. You decided to take his alcohol away from him. He will face an enormous amount of energy drop in a low. He would face headaches, actual withdrawal symptoms that have been backed by studies. They studied on the people that went through rehab that have actual addiction with drugs, with alcohol, with cigarettes, and observe how they went over all of this process. And it's not easy. It's not easy for them to go through it. And the same applies to you. The same applies to you in what form? In a form of sugar. The sugar that you eat in everyday's life. And I bet you right now, like literally just go and grab a food wrapper that have food, no food, I don't care, or a can, a tin, whatever, from your kitchen. Like go, grab one and take a look at the contents behind it. I'll read out a few things that probably would be on there. Flavoring, coloring, artificial sugar, MSG, preservatives, and much more chemicals. And all of these things are really harmful for the human body, for the human mind. Because all of these chemicals, they not just have some kind of side effect. There's this one particular are very addictive to the human mind. It is artificial sugar and also MSG, both of them. MSG is what you put in food to enhance its flavors, and artificial sugar is where you put in like sodas, foods, bread, sweets, a lot more. So all of these things, they make your mind go fizzling. You know how the soda you drank at McDonald's and how good you felt right after drinking like a cup of large Pepsi or large Coca-Cola? You feel good, right? You feel high because the amount that fizzles, all of those things that I told you just now, all of those like flavoring, sugars, and MSG, they make your mind go fizzle. They make your mind go like, oh my god, I'm on high. I'm so fun because it makes your main brain release some kind of hormone that makes you happy, makes you fun, makes you addictive. It's the same thing that your dad faces. It's the same thing your dad faces when he smokes. His brain releases some kind of chemical in his mind that makes him happy. Same thing that when your dad drinks that chemical. And now it is in a form of sugar, offered to all of you in access to your fingertips. And let me just tell you this analogy. If I pull out a pack of cigarettes right now, all of you watching this, my friends behind me, they saw this, they'd be like, Jason, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you smoking, bro? They would say that out of genuine concern for me, for my health. If I start pull out a beer and crank open it, my friend would eat that from me and chug it out the window. But what if I pull out a Snickers bar and open it and eat it in front of you, in front of everyone? No one would give a shit about me. No one would care. And no one gives a fuck. That's how dangerous it is. You know kids that are obese when they're literally 7 years old? And all around headlines, take a look, bro. People that get heart attack at 20 plus years old, not because of genetics, but because of the food he ate. Because of the things he put into his mouth that kill him. A kid having like dino nuggets because he was too, food selection, and he eat dino nuggets for the past 15 years of his life, and now he have a disorder that he can't see for the rest of his fucking life. That's what happens around the world that we don't get to know, that we don't know that how bad all of these chemicals are for us. And you and I, we are suffering for it. We are suffering. And we don't know jack shit. Probably your dad doesn't even know. Your mom doesn't even know. And so now it's time for me to educate you. I want you to get out of this. I don't want this to happen to you. Do you want permanent visual impairity? Do you want to be blind for the rest of your life just because you eat a food that's bad for you for the past 15 to 20 years? Think about it. It's not worth going down that path, even though how good that brain fizzling goes to you. And I kid you not, for the love of God, my country, Malaysia, has it's the highest actually in obesity rate in the entire Southeast Asia. And I tell you, America's probably have its number very high as well. You know why? It's because we lack awareness in all of this amount of food. And I know a large amount of my viewer base is based on America. I fucking care. You know those Coke you have been drinking? You know, Coca-Cola has a very different amount of production throughout the world. Those offered in America are made with artificial sugars that are not even real. And if you go to Mexico, the Coca-Cola offered to you is made by cane sugar, which is heck a lot healthier. A lot healthier because cane sugar is made by tea tree, got by cane. And artificial sugar is just people combining some chemicals, got a few crystal, mix in your drink, and give you a syrup. So I want you to think, and I want you to take this analogy. If nature doesn't make it, don't take it. Don't take it. Alright? If it's made by nature, like fruits, like things that naturally sweet, apple, banana, grapes, kiwi, blueberry, take them. They are good for you. They are natural sugars. And all of these natural sugars would help you to deload off on artificial sugars. Because this would be the grand process. Because for you to replace sugar, you can't just stop eating sugars, because your dad probably can't stop smoking the moment I tell him to stop. He probably can't. So what you need to do is to replace that sugar. And we have an alternative. We have a good alternative that's in our hands. So replace that. Every time you're hungry, you're craving for sugar, take an apple. Take an apple. Excuse me. Replace that, deload that shit. Once you get out of that situation, your energy level would rise. You would gain so much energy in return. And you feel so unstoppable. How do I know? I experienced them myself. So, what are you waiting for? Go. Ensure your life does not end because you put the wrong food into your mouth. See you soon.